Hi there, everybody. Tracy here with your reading of Pick an Herb. Good. Running out of things. Well, I shouldn't say running out of things. It's one of those things, there's so many things that I don't know which one to pick first. So, you know what? I'm just going to go with bam. This is what I'm feeling at that moment, as I'm going through trying to find stuff to put on instead of just putting the cards, because that's just it. There's so much that it's hard to pinpoint it. So, it's going to be all over the place. And I hope you all like that because that's kind of who I am. I'm kind of all over the place. So there we go. So we have the first pile. I'm jumping the gun. Again, I said I got to stop rushing myself. That is my biggest thing. Okay. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Tracy / Adora. Yes, this is, I do these readings. I try to get them out once a week. I'm a person that suffers from chronic pain. So what time of the week? They vary. And my wonderful supporters, my wonderful subscribers, they all don't seem to mind that, and I thank them so much for it. Thank you so much. Especially with everything that's going on. Everybody needs to have an outlet, I guess, and this is mine. So there we go. So if you haven't already, take a look at the picture up front. Everything that's living has an energy. Okay, and everything emits a different kind of energy. So if you think herbs are just a plant and it's nothing, and you know what, it's not that way. Okay, sorry, I'm going to try and not do that with the looking up. It's going to be hard. A new light, and I'm liking it. This is amazing. I love this lighting. So let me get out of the way here. God, sidetracked, derailed. Herbs have their own properties, just like us as humans do. Really, we each have our own personality and our own property, and all herbs, anything living, has that same thing. So, I wanted to get into a little bit about herbs, and the reason I picked these three is because, especially with right now, with the time of year, things, now is the time to start getting your indoor garden ready for your outdoor garden. Okay, so with these three are great ones, and rosemary is actually a perennial. So if you put it in a pot, if you bring it in, it will survive throughout the winter, and you put it back out. And if you plant it outside, it will grow next year. Okay, so that's a great thing about a perennial. Now parsley and sage, I'm still learning on those two. I just know about rosemary because I have one. So I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Like I do. Oh my. I should start over, but I'm not going to. This is the real me, and you know what? I don't edit my videos. Limited editing, I should say. Something catastrophic happens, like somebody knocks on my door when they're not supposed to. That would be a catastrophic. That's about the only thing. Did I say that right? Probably not. I'm getting off track again. Derailed. We're going to learn about these. So if you haven't already, take a moment, go take a look at the picture, put it on pause, and you know what, just take a good look at all three, close your eyes, and just go to that one that you're feeling, okay? And you know what, if you're feeling all three, then listen to all three readings. You know what more do we have to do today? So that is how it's going to work. Now, I am getting all my information. I don't know this stuff off by heart. So yes, I'm going to be reading, and I'm still trying to figure out the best setup for all of this and for me. Okay. With how to get, you to see what I'm talking about and everything. So, everything is a work in progress. Right now, this is the next step up that I like with this big ring light thing that we have here. So I'm going to be looking over at a laptop. I won't be looking directly at you. I'm going to be looking over at a laptop where I have my information. Sometimes it's easier because what I write in my own books is something that's personal to me, and how that herb and or that crystal or whatever I'm talking about, how that pertains to me and how it works for me. And that's going to be different for somebody else, right? Everybody else, we all have, like I said, we all have our own energy, and we're all attracted to a different type of energy. So I'm going to go off of online for the, the places or the information that I have found has the most information. Okay. I'm not going to make any. Yeah, so that's how we're going to do it. And I'm going to keep on doing it the way I've been doing it, because nobody has told me otherwise, that I'm going to give the description for all three. And then for each pile, I'm just going to get right into the reading instead of giving the description of the herb before the reading. This way here, everybody gets to learn about all three of the herbs, or and then they don't have to watch each one's of the reading. I don't want to put people through that. Like I said, I'm not on this to make money. I don't need you the minutes watched. You know what? This is all for you, and well, obviously for me as well. It's my outlet. It's my reach out. It's keeping me active and keeping me. I feel like I'm talking to somebody. Okay, so it like, and I'm not talking to myself, even though I'm looking at myself, but I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. So that is why I do this. So let's get right into it, shall we? Yes, let's get into it. Let's get into it. My gosh. Let's get into the first herb, shall we? Okay, so the first herb was parsley. So let's see what parsley has to do. So, let's see here. The species is from the Petrosilinum crispum. It's going to be right here somewhere because, yeah. The family is the Apiaceae. The plant type is biennial. The native distribution is Europe and the Mediterranean. Okay, so the medicinal properties. It's an antioxidant. It's a diuretic. It's rich in vitamin C, and it's also a breath freshener. So yeah, that is a really good tip about parsley. When you go out to a restaurant and they keep a little piece of parsley on your plate, you know what? Keep that aside. So when you're done eating, just, especially if you eat something like an Alfredo, that's rich in garlic, and that Parmesan that has a just wonderful, lovely, breath. Yeah. Chew on that parsley when you're done, and it'll help, get rid of some of that lovely leftover odor that sticks in our mouth. So yeah, that's a little tip when you go to a restaurant. There you go. The magical properties. Parsley is associated with death and spirits. Can be invoked for communion with the realms beyond life. Now that's something I haven't tried it out with. I use it more as what it can do for me, inside. Okay. I don't use it. Well, I guess every use of it, if you're using it, everything is a spell, no matter which way you look at it. You cook a meal for your family. You're making a spell. You're putting your love into it. It's your ingredients. It's your magic. So parsley, the uses. Parsley is a robust biennial that has been used by the ancient Romans and Greeks. Parsley is highly nutritious and contains more vitamin C than an orange. There you go. Useful in the prevention of flu. Well, we should have been doing that. That's it. Everybody eat more parsley. I know it's not something to make fun of, but we got to find something. A hair rinse prepared from crushed parsley keeps head lice at bay. Infusions assist with urinary and gastric functions. However, consumption of large quantities can be toxic. The oil is used against insect bites to reduce inflammation. So there's another great use. I'm going to remember that, actually. I use a lot of the only thing I can say that I cook that I use a lot of parsley with is my Greek salad dressing. That there for like 1 cup serving of, not like it's a one cup making, it calls for like almost half of that is parsley, and the rest is the olive oil and the vinegar. So yeah, like that's the only thing I really use a lot of parsley with. But I'm gonna remember that parsley with head lice. I make my own. I make a tea tree oil shampoo and bar. Like it's a bar, you use it all over. Okay, and I use it for. I started making it because my grandson starts school in September, and I remember what that was like for my girls. Like I have four daughters who want long hair, and when you're dealing with head lice for four daughters, yeah, it's a lot of work. So with the grandson going into school, I thought, you know what, I don't want to give that. So I started making my own shampoo, and we're gonna see how it works. You know what? Other than that, it is great on my face. I use it on my face. I use it on my skin, and well, I can't say I use it on my hair because I haven't really tried. But you know what? Any shampoo, as long as you have a good conditioner, any shampoo is going to clean as long as it cleans. It will clean your hair as well, especially a natural one that like one that you make for yourself, because then you know what's in it, right? Okay. So let's see. The metaphysical properties. Where parsley is grown in the garden, there'll be a death before the year's out. A quote by Ferrer from 1853. Fertilizer is loved by addition to the herb garden. Since parsley is slow to emerge from the earth after sowing, the ancient Romans believed that parsley had to go to the devil and back 7 times to ask permission to germinate. Well, there's a fun little fact for you. Isn't that interesting? The association with death can also be associated with rebirth. That is true. Wherever there is death, there is rebirth. One thing has to die for something else to grow. You know, that's just the way it is. After seemingly impossible circumstances, life persists. That's right. Parsley reminds us that even the devil or death itself will not dissuade us from our sense of purpose. So much so that we should grow vigorously and become a vibrant source of self-empowerment. Then we are able to sow seeds of purpose and give rise to new achievements. Now, this is something that I found on Pinterest. I will put, actually, you know what, I'm going to put the picture of what I used, of what I read right here so that, you know, it's on the bottom of where I got the information from. Because I'm definitely not going to take credit for writing all this because I didn't write it. I will give credit where credit is due. So yeah, so there you go. That's a little bit of info on parsley, their information and also mine. So yeah, so now next we went to sage. Now, alrighty, let's see. Now this one here gets into a little bit of, okay, so again, different source, different types of information. I couldn't find the same source. Well, I shouldn't say I couldn't find. I'm sure if I looked hard enough, I probably would have been able. Did you see what I? Yeah, I know I can do it on this side. I didn't know. No, whatever. Yeah, so I couldn't find this quickly. I just tried to search this morning because, you know, I have my own information and I just decided, like this morning, to give you all more of everybody's information, more of a base of info that's out there that you could find. You know, not stuff that I have done. You know, it kind of goes back to that... sorry, changing my chair. It kind of goes back to that what I've said, and I'm sure many have said it as well. I'm not the first one. It depends on which book you read. Everybody's story, the author of every book that you've read has their own perspective on what they're writing. Now, whether they say, I got it from this book, well, again, that book is that author's perspective. And, you know, so forth and so forth and so forth. So that's how we learn, and that's how we find out what works for us and what doesn't work for us. So where I'm getting with all of this is the information it kind of varies. Sage and rosemary, I found the same source for both of those, so the information will be similar. Okay, parsley, it was a different source, as you'll see. Alrighty, so there we go. This is why the whole information, maybe I say too much info and just shut my mouth. You let me know. Comment below. Should I shut my mouth? Garden sage, red sage, sowage. Folk names. Okay. It's a masculine herb. Planets Jupiter. The element is air. The powers: immortality, longevity, protection, purification, wisdom, and wishes. Now, sage, I use sage in just about everything. Like I still burn sage. You again, different sources, different article you read, how they say, sage can burn 94% of the bad stuff in the air if you burn it. And then there's those that say, no, don't burn sage. It's really bad for you. It's bad for your lungs and blah, 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 blah. You know what? It's one of those, again, personal choice. Okay, I make a personal choice to burn sage in my home. It's not something that I burn 24/7. If I have not been in a room in a while, yeah, I will enter the room burning sage. Okay. Yes, everything is well ventilated. I have fans blowing in. Yes, I live in a basement apartment, and I have a basement apartment. I call my own basement a basement apartment. I live in the basement of my home, and I only have the patio door and the bathroom window to ventilate. But you know what? I have fans that circulate the air from where I am to out, so everything is good. But again, like I said, it is my own personal choice, and why I just defended myself of why I burn it, I really shouldn't have, because nobody needs to defend themselves in their own personal choices. So there we go. Unless it's bad, then just don't do it. That's it. If it's bad, don't do it. No bad choices. Okay. So yeah, again, okay. Sage takes its name from the Latin word salvare, which means to save. Again, if I'm saying words wrong, I apologize. This is a very fitting name due to its healing properties. The ancient Greeks and Romans ate sage to improve the mind. I use sage actually a lot in my savory dishes. It is a common staple in my cooking, is dried sage. Powdered sage. Carrying sage on your person is said to promote wisdom. I never carried it around. Maybe that's what I need to do. The Romans also believed eating sage would protect pregnant women, increase fertility, and extend life. To extend your own life, eat sage every day in May. For he would life for a must eat sage in May. For he who would life for a must eat sage in May. Stop saying for, Tracey. He who would life for a must eat sage in May. Interesting. Okay. If I could speak properly, I might be able to say that better. The Egyptians also believed sage increased fertility, and women would drink sage juice before lying with their husbands to ensure conception. For those out there trying, it's worth a shot. Why not? Sage is also a powerful protection. Wearing a hornful of sage will protect you from the evil, while burning it will dispel negative energy and cleanse rooms and objects. Now, see, that's why I burn my sage. If I walk into a room and I just walk in and it feels heavy. And I don't know if those who are empaths or whatever you're in tune with in your body can understand that feeling. That's when I would go in and I will burn sage. I will burn sage and I will cleanse my room. Again, very well. Any room in my house. It's even happened in my closet. Okay, I'll cleanse and until that heaviness is lifted. So, to me, that's because I feel that it's not the right energy in the room for me. So I need to fix it. So there we go. If you desire to make a wish come true, write your wish on a sage leaf and sleep on it for 3 nights. Okay, I've heard of doing something similar. Well, I've heard, I have done, and I do. I incorporate bay leaves a lot in my little rituals, my little spells, just for that extra, because bay leaf is a very good luck herb. Sage in your garden. Oh no, 3 nights. If you dream of your wish, it will come true. If you do not, bury the sage in the ground to prevent harm coming to you. Oh, well, that's an interesting one. I haven't heard of that one before. I'm gonna have to give that a shot. Um, be wary if you wish to grow sage in your garden. It is bad luck to plant sage in your own garden, and a stranger or someone not living in the home should be found to plant it for you. Furthermore, a full bed of sage is bad luck, so make sure the plot is home to other plants as well. Again, something else I didn't know. See, that's why we do this. I don't read. I just glance through everything when I'm trying to find the information, because yeah, that's the whole about learning for me and for you. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to remember. So, like I said, I don't grow sage. I've only grown rosemary, and I have to say I have tried sage, and that explains why it didn't turn out. That makes sense. I had a bunch of seeds, and I had them all started. Okay, they're all started, and then when the weather got nicer and warmer, I started to bring my little flats outside so that they could get the natural sunlight instead of the fake little sunlight that I have in my back garden here. So my daughter came over with her puppy Mia, the cutest thing. Here's a picture of her. She is absolutely adorable. And she's a puppy. She didn't know. I didn't have them secure on a table outside. They were hung over a little bit on the edge. And Mia came running out, and poof, up went the tray of seeds. So that explains why, because I planted them myself. I'm going to have to get somebody else to plant my sage for me. Okay, so there we go. Now, the medicinal uses. The leaves of real sage are often used to aid in inflammation of the mouth, throat, and tonsils, as its volatile oils are soothing to the mucous membranes. Now, that's something, again, like I said, I did not know. I did know it aided in inflammation, but I thought it was more as a poultice. And sort of thing, if you get hurt, or like bug bites is another thing. That is what I always thought it was for. So that's good to know about how in the mouth as well, for those that suffer from canker sores and that sort of thing. Alrighty, so let's go. Mucous membranes, which swish it out. Mouth inflammation, mouth ulcers. Gargle to treat laryngitis, pharyngitis, tonsillitis. Furthermore, it reduces sweating when taking internally. All right. It can reduce breast milk production and stimulate the muscles of the uterus. So I guess if you're nursing, be careful with the dosage of sage. Now, again, this is just something I found online. Don't take it for fact. If you're using this as anything medicinal, you go and you find out for yourself before you try it. Okay, this is just stuff that I have done, my stuff, and I'm learning other stuff as well. Alrighty, so I just want to make that disclaimer right away. Don't come back and say, well, you said this would work and it didn't, because you know what? Everybody is different. Okay, everything works for everybody else. Now, preparation and dosage. The leaves should be collected shortly before or just at the beginning of flowering, so May or June. Now, I guess that depends on where you are, okay? Because come May, we have nothing outside that is ready to be picked. Not where I am, anyway. Where would you call me? Eastern, Southern Ontario? Yeah, I'm down by Toronto. Let's put it that way. Okay, leaves can then be dried, but not above 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Sage can be taken internally as either an infusion, tincture, or gargle. Okay, see, that's how I've always done it, as sort of like a tincture. I infuse it with the oil, and then I just kind of, rub on the top. That's kind of what I've done. I've never, other than eating. I guess it wouldn't be any different. Yeah, I guess I do, because if I cook with it. So yeah. So there we go. Yeah, and compressed to treat open wounds. So yeah, I've done that as well. So there we go. That's a little bit about sage, a little bit about what I found out online, and a little bit about what I do with it. So yeah, I'm kind of really, this video might be long of just me just gabbing. But I don't want to you to not get information as well. So yeah, so these readings are information plus a reading. So we're kind of doing 2 in 1. Okay, I'm joining 2 things to my 1 thing, because I also wanted to do videos on you know, herbs and crystals. So I don't know, you let me know. Should I maybe separate them a little bit, or do both? Because I do timestamps. So at least if you don't want to listen to all this, you can just go and listen to your reading. That is another thing that is... Okay, Tracy, shut up again. My gosh. Okay, so now we're into rosemary. Now again, like, this is something that I do know because I do grow it. It is a very hardy plant, I'll say that. It can withstand a lot. But again, it's one of those, the better you take care of it, the better it will do. So I'm sure if I, you know, took care of my, if I kind of covered it, you know, through the winter, but we don't get that much snow. So you know, it is what it is. And this will be my 3rd year with it. So we'll see if it comes back. You know, I started with this, and then last year it kind of got to this. I don't know if you can see that. And then right now it's not really doing anything. It's still there, so we'll see. Alrighty, so the folk names is compass weed, dew of the sea, elf leaf, or polar plant. Okay, it's a masculine. The planet is the sun. The element is fire. The powers: exorcism, healing, love, lust, mental powers, protection, purification, sleep, and youth. Now, rosemary is something that I use a lot. If I ever could or can make my own burning sage sticks, rosemary would be a staple that will be in it. Again, like I said, these are three staples that are on my altar, 3 staples that I use in my cooking, and 3 staples that we should be getting ourselves. You know what I mean? We should grow it ourselves, because they're not supposed to be that difficult. Rosemary, again, my 3rd year, it's not that difficult. And then I'm going to give you a little hint of how to get your own out of all of this without spending too much money. The magical uses in history. Rosemary has, okay, let's see. I'm going to try and, but it is the herb sacred to remembrance and therefore to friendship. Okay, that was a quote. We don't. Rosemary has a long and rich history of being used to enhance memory and to remember the dead. In fact, its powers of enhancing memory are so well known that Shakespeare mentions in his play Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet. Ancient Greek scholars wore wreaths of rosemaries on their brow, which... Yep. The typical wreaths they are often portrayed wearing, that's right, to improve memory, especially, I'm sorry, I have it zoomed out so I can read it better, but then I should do this. Okay, memory, especially, especially during exams. Wear rosemary to enhance memory, or burn it on charcoal and smell its smoke to receive knowledge. Now, I do that. Again, like I said, rosemary is a staple on my charcoal in my little, I don't know what they're called, my little burner. It's a little cauldron. My charcoal briquette, I burn rosemary, sage. Parsley, no, but I cook with it. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, in the Middle Ages, rosemary became a popular herb for dispelling negativity. When burned, it emits powerful cleansing vibrations and can be used to get rid of negativity without performing magic. So that's, again, I just always used it. Wreaths can be displaced in the home to ward off negativity and to encourage happiness in the home. Rosemary also aids in sleep and prevents nightmares. Furthermore, it can be used as a wish to encourage youthfulness, attract love, or a hand wash before performing healing magic. Burning rosemary and juniper berries in sick rooms will promote healing as well. Very good. Rosemary can be used in a number of spells, including protection magic, healing spells, purification, wands, attract wisdom, memory enhancement, and remembrance, and then funeral magic. So that's rosemary. That's a little bit of what you can do with it. Again, rosemary is something that I do have, and the only thing about cooking with rosemary is that those little, you really have to grind it up and powder it, because they can hurt when you're eating them. So there we go. That's rosemary. Now a trick, I wouldn't say a trick, but a way to get these herbs on your own without having to start off at little bitty seeds is that, when you go to the grocery store and you go into your produce section, you can find packages of these herbs. Okay, they're already there and they have the little roots on them already. All you got to do is bring them home, pack them in some soil, and either plant them in your own indoor garden that you have, or plant them outside after the full moon in May. And and they will grow. Just clean the roots out. If you want to start them out indoors, in a cup of water to get them hydrated a little bit, then do it. That is, I did that with basil, and it came out beautiful, and I did it indoors. The only thing with my basil, of how I still don't have it, and I have redone my basil over and over again, is because that I was trimming it wrong. So now I'm going to try it again, and it's going to work. So anyway, that's the info about the herbs. And again, like I said, I will have the timestamp down below, that if you want to listen to the whole intro on herbs, then here it is. And then if you just want to listen to the readings, I'm going to have those 1, 2, 3. So there we go. That's how this is going to work. That's how I'm going to do these, unless, again, like I said, comment and let me know how you want me to do these, because there's so much information I want to share, and information that I want to learn with you, but I also want to do my readings, but I know with my readings I have a hard time shutting my mouth. So tell me what you want me to do and how you're doing it, or if you just like the way it's going and how I'm learning as I go as well. Alrighty, so there we go. And so now we are going to get into the readings of which herb you picked. Did you pick the parsley? Did you pick the sage? Or did you pick the rosemary? Here we go. Let's get into pile number 1. It's here. Pile 1. My goodness. I just can't shut up. Oh, okay. So let's see. Pile 1. You picked parsley. Parsley. Oh, now, like I said, magically, there's not too much that I do with parsley, but you know what? I cook with it all the time. Ooh, cards are flying out already. So yeah, how this is going to work now is, because I'm using my phone again. I like the quality of the video better on my phone, and we also got this beautiful ring that only works for our phones. So so now the whole picture of the whole spread is right up here, and I think it's up here. It might be up here. I don't know. One of the sides is going to have the picture of the spread, so that you can follow along with what I'm doing. Alrighty. So there we go. What flew out at first was the 6 of Swords and the Star. So let's see. What else do they have to tell us? Oh, then we've got the Lover's card. Very nice. Oh, 3 of Cups. 10 of Swords. Be careful. Something's not going to go well at that. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, Prince of Pentacles. All right, still not looking bad. Not looking bad. Prince of Wands. Again, things aren't looking too bad. And then the Queen of Wands. Okay, things are looking pretty good for those of you that picked Parsley. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. I just gotta. We changed the table that I use. It's a little bit smaller. And the cards I bought are a little bit bigger. Well, I shouldn't say I bought. Well, yeah, I did. I bought these ones. Yeah, these ones I bought. And I know I was always against buying my own cards. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it because I really wanted this deck. Really wanted this deck. And I seen a sale that was like one of those that cannot be beat. Okay, so that's how I got them. And yeah, and they work amazing for me. Like they're really the information that they give to me is huge. I'm really attached to this deck. So yeah. So there we go. So we have the Six of Swords and the Star, which flew out at us. And the Six of Swords represents, it's coming back from something. There's something that, like a journey that, now this is more of an internal type thing, okay? There's something that you are recovering from. You know, you're coming back from a long haul, more or less. I don't want to say it was necessarily a bad thing, but just something that is just like, okay, I'm tired. I just need to relax now. I need to get to where I'm going and get it over with. All right, and then sorry, my hearing aid feels like it's falling out. And I'm sorry I hope you can hear me. I hope I'm not too loud because in my own head, I don't feel like anybody can hear me. You know, when you're losing your hearing, that's what happens. So the star is like wishes coming true. You know, so the work that you've done is starting to pay itself off, okay? And then we have the Lovers card that came up. There's going to be a really, really good partnership there, and it's going to be watched over. It's going to be fresh, and it's going to be young, all right? And then we've got the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups is showing me that there's going to be a huge celebration, all right? It's going to be a huge celebration. Things are looking really good. Things are going good. There's good camaraderie with everybody. You know what? There's things are looking well, but then we've got the Ten of Swords that popped up here. Okay. And sorry, I had, again, using my phone, there's something that happens that I forgot to do, and I don't want to edit because I've already started this, so I'm really sorry to do this. I'm really sorry. I got to turn the timer off, and I got to get that out of my way. I hope, oh, it's not going to let me. Okay, let's hope nobody calls me. Okay, so there we go. Then we have the Ten of Swords, which is showing me that, you know, you're going to have this feeling of betrayal. Okay, you're going to have this feeling of being stabbed in the back, of something, something, it's more or less, I want to say gossip, rumors, that sort of thing, okay? There's something that you are going to feel that it's going to. And then we go into the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles, this one is where it's kind of hitting home a little bit. Okay? It's you know, you're going to have this process of inward type reflection of how do I want to say? Let me come back to that, okay? Let me come back to that. Because we went into the Prince of Pentacles after this one. Okay, I want to say, I don't want to say longing, but it's kind of like a longing. It's, words are hard. The Prince of Pentacles is showing that it's kind of one of those things of, you know what? That was, and we're going to start here now, okay? That didn't work out. So we're going to start here. The Prince of Pentacles is starting that new, fresh journey. Your sword is still up. You're still in that type of protection mode. Okay, but your sword is down. Your shield is up. Sorry, your shield is up, but your sword is down. Okay, so the Prince, you're ready to stay where you are. Things are progressing. Okay, and then we have the Prince of Wands, where you know there's and then the Queen of Wands, where you know what, in this time you are going to, you know what, I'm doing this, you know, the Prince of Pentacles. You know, I am doing this, but you know, it's going to be my way. And you're going to start off small. You're going to start off small, and then that fire is going to build up inside of you. And then you're going to end up being that Queen of Wands, of having power over yourself. Okay, that you're going to be back in control of you and who you are and where you're going and what you're doing. Okay. How where I say the Five of Pentacles and the Prince of Pentacles, where it's hitting home, it's not so much. I'm not feeling how this is like under your home roof, of more of relationships, but not under your roof. Does that make sense? Like a friendship, or a career, or I don't even say career. It's just a relationship at work. It has to do with some. It's not under your roof. Not like a spousal type thing, because we've got the Lovers card up here. You've got a great partner in your life, and you know what? It's kind of envious of how people are in regards to the relationship. Okay. Now I'm not. Again, when I say a great partner, that doesn't necessarily mean it's your lover. It's your. I know it comes up as a lover, but this card represents that it is a relationship that you have in your life, that is that one person that you can always go to. Okay, that's this card. Okay, because I'm not that to think that everybody who watches my videos are in a relationship, but everybody has that one person that they can go to. They might sometimes you're so down on yourself that you say no, I don't. But in the end, most of us have that one person. Okay, so that is the relationship with that one person, and how this, Three of Cups is, that celebration of coming back and having everything starting to fall into place, because, you've just come back. The Six of Swords, you've had that rough journey, and now you're starting to come back, and you don't want to go back there, and life is starting to fall into place. But then something's going to happen that's going to, like, why would you do that? Okay? That's the Ten of Swords, okay? And then the Five of Pentacles and the Prince of Pentacles is you coming to, Five of Pentacles is, you're thinking about things, they're trying, but you're thinking about things. You need your time. You need your time to reflect. So yes, not longing, it's reflecting. That's it. I knew it would come to me. That's why I said I always come back to things. It comes to me. Reflecting. You're reflecting on what was, and how... what happened here? Why did that have to happen? But you know what? Things come back with the Prince of Pentacles. You finally decide, okay, fine. Okay, fine. But you know what? I'm still guarding myself. Alrighty, I'm still guarding myself. And then the Prince of Wands is where, now the relationship is taking a different turn. Okay, this situation is starting to take a different turn. All right, because now you've got the fire now. Okay, you are in control. How these two are both come out as princes is that it's that beginning journey. It all starts at the same time. Alrighty, and then we've got the Queen of Wands, where yeah, I did it. Okay, that's what the Queen of Wands is. All right, so no, we're not done there. Okay, because I've gone from 9 to a reading just because. Yeah. Then we've got the King of Cups. Prince of Swords. Again, another prince, a new beginning and something. And then the Ace of Cups. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. So, how things are starting to progress. That King of Cups represents, that fullness in you. Okay, because you're finally starting to come into yourself. Okay, it's and again, like I say in my readings, don't misunderstand the male in the card and the female in the card. That just represents the energy of the card. And when I say he, she, it doesn't necessarily reflect that it's a boy or a girl. It just represents the energy of that card, that it's a masculine energy, which comes out, unfortunately, ladies, a masculine energy sometimes in certain areas of our life can represent something a little bit more forceful than a woman's. Okay, I might be kicking myself in the ass for that one, and I might get some comments on no, but in my perspective, there's some things that I need to lean on my husband for, because he's just the stronger of the two of us in that situation. Okay, so that's what I represents with the King of Cups, where, you know what, that's where you're going to feel that empowerment. Okay, it's going to be full. You're going to have, you know, you're going to be relaxed. You're going to be calm. You know, you see how the dog is resting in the back of the chair. You know, you're going to be, I'm happy. Okay, and then we have the Prince of Swords. Now, the Prince of Swords is again a beginning of the beginning of ready to start a I almost want to say a new relationship, but it's not so much relationship. You're just ready to start that new phase. Okay, that last one is over. Now you're ready to jump in, and I'm going to start this new phase in my life, because then we have the Ace of Cups that came up after that, and that is showing that, you know, your cuppeth runneth over. All right, that is, I will always say that when the Ace of Cups comes up, because that is the main thing for me with this card. Okay, this card is showing me that, you know what, you have made it. Everybody, your life is your life is where you need it to be. Okay, there's nothing that is going to be too bad. There's nothing that is going to be too good. You know, everything is going to be stable and where it needs to be. Alrighty, so that's what the Ace of Cups represents, okay? Because, yeah, like, again, we're not going to be naive to think that nobody has any troubles in their life, because we're not all that lucky. Everybody has some sort of trouble, but it's how you handle it that makes a difference. And you are going to, you know, with the King of Cups, how that card came up after the Queen of Wands here, is that, you know what, you've leveled yourself, and, you know, okay, now I'm comfortable. Now I can say and do this. So that is where this is going to be something that you are going to jump on the gung-ho for and say, you know what, I'm ready to do this now. I've been through all of this, but like, this is almost like part of a different reading, I want to say. Like, like this whole part of the Ten of Swords, that's more of like an emotional, like backstabbing type. Somebody did or is going to do something to you that, you know, you're going to need some time to, like, why did you do that? That is the main thing that popped out at me with the Ten of Swords. Okay. Now I'm not getting the feeling that, I don't know if it was intentional, but, you know, it's that whole thing. It's going to be something that not terrible enough that you can't get over, because you do get over it, but you kind of learned a lesson from it. Okay. So, you know, it's not one of those. And then where we're getting into with the King of Cups, Prince of Swords, Ace of Wands type thing. Okay, now they're kind of joined, but they're kind of different as well. It's because of who you have become since the Prince of Wands and the Queen of Wands, where you are able to say you are now the King of Cups. I can now do the Prince of Swords. That came out really wrong. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. When you laugh at your own jokes that you don't even mean to. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, what it means is that the King of Cups is your state of mind, your state of being, and how you're feeling in your own skin. Okay, that the King of Cups, and then the Prince of Swords is representing some sort of emotional journey that you want to get yourself going on, that you've kind of been, you know, can I do that? Should I do that? That is what's going to, with the Prince of Swords. Okay, that is what that card represents. It just represents you beginning a new journey or a new phase into your life. And then the Ace of Cups is showing that, you know, yeah, you made the right choice. Things are going good in my life. Okay, so there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we're going to get into the butterflies. Let's see what the butterflies have to say, shall we? Let's see what these butterflies have to say. Oh my goodness. Oh, healthcare change. Okay, that could be part of what this Prince of Swords could represent. Maybe it's something in regards to, you know, where you, dietary change. It could mean, you know what? No, I'm ready to start because I was self-confident enough to get through that. That, you know what? No, I'm going to start going to the gym now. You know what? That is. Don't ever think that you know, when the go to the gym card or something, healthcare change comes up, that, you know, that necessarily means fogged in, go slow, take time. See, that's right. That is right. Everything is a baby step. Okay, everything is a baby step. You don't jump in and expect big results in a very little time. Not for most of us anyway. There are the lucky few out there that you know, just have it and it works for them, and that is amazing for those. But there are those of us that know we really have to work at what we do, and a lot of us, whenever it comes down to a point where we have one negative thing that happens, well then, instead of it being a I don't care, it brings us 3 steps back. And some of us it's 5 steps, and some of us is 10 steps. And it takes us a little bit longer to climb those stairs to get us back up there. Okay? So, fogged in. Go slow, take your time. Alrighty, take your time. Don't go into it thinking that everything is going to happen for me because right away. Okay? Take your time, and things will work out better for you that way. All right, so let's see what the fairies have to say. Let's see. I really wish I could have music. I do. You know what? I'm going to, like I have, or I'm trying to. See how that changes? I want to put music in with these, just as like an undertone, you know, but you really got to watch out for copyrights and stuff. And then with my videos being, you know, I want like finding music that's the length of that I need it, and you know, it's just a matter of time and me sitting there and going through it and doing the work. And I'm a lazy Taurus. Okay, I said it. I'm a lazy Taurus. So there we go. Fairies. Hello, my ladies and gents. Let's woo. Okay. Well, be yourself. This situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. That is so true. Remember, Queen of Wands, we've got the King of Cups, we've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the Star up here. Okay, we've got the Star. The Star flew out at you. You know what? You've got a little bit of that luck on your side too. So do some research. You need more information about the situation. Look into it further before proceeding. Now again, that baby step, okay? Go slow, take time. Fogged in. You don't know all the information right away, so make sure you know everything, okay? Don't jump into anything without doing, you know, like I said, don't jump in. Baby steps. Okay, and then holiday. The answer you are looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. So again, maybe all this is part of the celebration, actually. I don't want to say that for sure, because this is kind of showing me that it's a good thing. But you tell me. Okay, you tell me. Came up in your reading, you tell me what this represents for you. If it's something that's already happened, or is there something that's coming up that you need to watch out for? Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of teetering on both. See, that's one of the things that happens whenever I do, like with these types of readings, where I'm doing it for the there is a word for who this is for. Like, it's for all of you that picked this pile, but this reading isn't going to resonate with every single one of you, right? Because there is the collective. And I hate saying that because I feel like I'm in Star Trek. That's right. That's how I need to remember this. The collective. When you're doing a reading like this, it's for the collective. there's like a handful of you that this is going to resonate with. And you know, you'll kind of know by the first couple of cards if this resonated with you or not. Okay. You know, it's one of those, I don't want to say it's like the lottery, but it kind of is. You know, like if you only got one number, well, you're not going to get anything. Two numbers, maybe three, But as the cards keep going, and you know what, once you get about halfway, and if you think like, oh my God, that sounds like me, once about halfway in the reading, it kind of flips between what was and what is. It's never so much about what is to come. That usually only happens somewhere in the middle, for my readings anyway, the way that they've turned out for me. So that's where I'm kind of on the flip with this whole holiday card. I'm getting a really strong feeling that it has to do with part of the celebration that came up here. But for some of you, it has to do with what's going to happen, you know, after all of this, like as part of the Ace of Cups. So it's only this part of the reading that where it's kind of can be for both. So there you go. There is from the fairies. So yeah, there is pile 1 Parsley reading. I hope you get what you needed from it. I hope you know, yeah, get what you needed from it. Get the guidance that you need from it. Get the enjoyment that you wanted to get from it. I hope I'm making these enjoyable. You know, my goal is to have you listen from second one to the end. That is my goal, and I hope you all do. I'm hoping I'm keeping them informative enough for you. All right, that is where I'm getting at. So if you haven't already, I hope, I wish, I pray, please do subscribe to me down below. The next big thing for me is share me out. Get me out there. You know what, if this reading didn't resonate for you, there is somebody else in your life or somebody that you might know that this might resonate with. Okay. Yeah, let's let everybody get the guidance that they need from this. Okay, no, just from what the universe, or I still have to figure out who is trying to tell me and where this is coming from. Okay, how this is coming out for me. I still haven't figured that out yet. So yeah, so there we go. So that is pile 1. I hope you get what you need from it. Again, like I said, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Share me out. Share me out to your friends, your family. And then also, if you could, give me a little like if this video did resonate with you. Okay, if it didn't, I don't, you know what, then it didn't resonate with you. All right, but if it did, please give me a like, just so I know how many I'm reaching. That would be amazing. Really, really amazing. Let me know how many I'm reaching. That if it did resonate with you, hit a like. And then yeah, give me a comment. You know, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Let me know if this resonated with you. Let me know you know, how far into the reading it kind of did go your way, but then it kind of went completely derailed. You know what? Or take a look at the cards. Take a look at the spread yourself. You might have a different perspective on all of this yourself. Okay, so this is just my story. This is just how it's coming out to me. All right, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Oh, finally here, pile number 2. All right, for those that pick Sage. Now, like I said, Sage, I put it in the middle because I find for those that are in a spiritual type nature, and maybe even those of you that are not, I'm not one to go to know what happens behind everybody's doors. I have no clue. But Sage is used a lot, so I kind of put it in the middle. Just because it was the most common, I guess. Why am I explaining this? Do you really care? So anyway, oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. We have 3 that have jumped out. Oh, a decision is coming. A decision, and I'm getting it's one of the heart. A decision, a journey. And now, okay, yeah, all right. So I'm supposed to stop here. So, oh, like, okay, like I guess I should say this. how, because like I said, I'm always changing, trying to find things that are new to help me do this better for you, and to make it the easiest on me. And as I've mentioned in other videos, that I do all my editing on my phone, so it's so much easier if I can use my phone as a camera, which I am starting to do again, because we have this lovely ring light now that I find it just makes me look gorgeous. Sorry, no. So yeah, so with that being said, now we're going to have this lovely, I believe it's going up here, this lovely picture is going to be right here now of the picture of the spread, so that you can see everything that I'm talking about in each card. This makes it easier for me, and I hope just as enjoyable for you. Okay, so with that being said, now pile 2, Sage. 3 cards jumped out at me right away. We have the 3 of Swords, we have the 2 of Wands, and then we have the 5 of Cups. I tricked you on that one. All right, so what's coming out right away, which is telling me that there's kind of the 3 of Swords is representing a decision that has to be made, a decision of the heart, and it represents 3 people. Now that can be, like I don't know how far I'm going into this one yet here so far. Let me just go with what's coming off to me right now. Is the 3 of Swords, it represents a decision that has to be made. It's something that has to be made quickly. It's like, it involves, most times, okay, it involves 3 people. Okay, now I'm not going to say it always does. Let's see where this reading goes. Okay, but it usually doesn't, not usually, it involves a decision of the heart. Okay, 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is telling me that there's going to be some sort of journey that is coming up. You're looking into, I want to say you're looking into traveling. So there's something that you're looking into. And then we have the 5 of Cups. Now the 5 of Cups, again, we're getting into, you know what, let me hold off on the 5 of Cups for right now, just to see where else this is going. Okay, the Tower. Okay, this is kind of where, okay, yeah, this is definitely a reading of the heart right now. We're getting into a reading of the heart. Then we have the Tower and the Death card back to back. Okay, well, I need to see more cards. Don't get your, you know, whoa, no, not yet. If you've seen me before, you know, readings tend to flip. It depends on which cards come up and when. Okay, then we have the 8 of Cups. And then we have the Lover's card. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. See, like I said, not everything is, and then the 6 of Swords. So that's coming back from this whole, okay. So I have a feeling, that this journey that is coming up, it has to do with, a huge disruption in your life, something that's giving you absolutely no choice but to make that decision on where you're going. Okay, where you're going and what you're doing, and I'm kind of have a feeling. Why do I do that? I should just shut up and just talk, and it'll come out better instead of me starting a second. I don't want to say second guessing. Just I'm trying to watch my words better, and it's just making the reading a little bit more than it needs to be. So the 8 of Cups is showing me that, you know, you've things have happened back here. Okay, down at the bottom of that hill, things have happened, and you know what? You're ready. You're done. Your cup is empty. You've done all you can. Okay, yes, you can fill them up there some more, but you don't want to, because of the Tower and the Death card, of these two coming up back to back. Okay, like I said, there's something that's going to happen that's going to give you no choice but to kind of shift your life around. Alrighty, it's and again, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be some it's emotional, definitely emotional. See, that's where this 5 of Cups is coming in too. That's, again, with that travel and it having to be an emotional trip. Now, when I say emotional, it has to do with your feelings, you know, that sort of thing. I guess emotions, feelings are the same thing. And then we have the Lover's card, okay? The Lovers are telling me, you know, you've got this, you've got a partner that that things are going to work out for you here, okay, because you've got that great partner in your life. Alrighty, and then we went into the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles is like, okay, I can relax a little bit now, and you know what, I'm just going to, you know, forage a little bit. I'm just going to put my back at ease a little bit more. Okay, now where the foraging comes in, it's one of those, when I say foraging, it's because what I see in the picture, but it's more of, you know what, I can turn my back and trust what's going to happen back here for a little bit. That's kind of where I'm getting with where the Seven of Pentacles is, okay? And then we have the Six of Swords, and that is you healing from that journey that had happened from the Tower and the Death cards here, okay? Because I guess I can't say it's not going to be a bad thing, because I kind of got a strong feeling that it is. There's going to be, and I hate having to give negative type readings, but that I guess that explains why the Sage card is coming out on this one, okay? Because the Sage is you know, it's one to help combat negativity, okay? And there's going to be a lot of it coming, okay? And it's going to be stuff that you can't help, okay? It's going to be like, and it scares me with this whole COVID-19 out there, but I kind of have a feeling that it's something that your family's going to be struggling with somehow, okay? And again, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a, oh wow, okay, it's going to be, okay, where we're getting with the Three of Swords here, where I think it's going with, where I say it's the decision of the heart, is going to be one of those of where only two can go. There's only like two really involved, okay? There's only two really involved, and that's that person that you can depend on and rely on, and I know you're kind of flip-flopping, who is this, but that's what the Three of Swords is telling me, that, you know what, there's that person that you need to, that will be there for you and help you through this, okay? And where we're getting in with the Eight of Cups, and how it's saying that it's like an uphill journey, of one of choosing. Well, it's kind of not of choosing. Where this is coming out now is, and it's uphill because, you know, it's a hard journey. It's one that is with I want to say sorrow and grief, okay? But don't, like, everything is, I'm going to turn some more cards here, okay? Then we've got the Six of Wands, and then the Hanged Man, and then we have the Strength card, okay? So, yeah, okay. Yeah, things are taken out of your control. Things aren't, there's something that's going to happen that, like, it's out of your control. It's not going to be a decision that you can do anything about, okay? And like I said, when it comes to the Eight of Cups and that uphill journey, like, it is one truly of the heart. It is one that you're going to have to, you're going to find the courage and the strength to climb that hill, okay? You're going to be able to overcome it, and that's where this Lover's card is coming into play, okay? The Lover's card is showing me that you have that one person that you can depend on, and they will help you with this part, with being able to sit and relax and you know what, start to live life a little bit. And they're going to be the one that's going to help you with the Six of Swords here, with coming back from that journey for healing, okay? That it won't, it's going to be, like, I kind of get this thing that it's not an unexpected thing that is coming apart, that is falling apart, but yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm kind of going back on other things to see what else I can read in here. So I'm sorry if I stopped in mid-thought there. I'm really hoping I'll get back to it, because that's what happens. The train derails sometimes. Okay, but it all comes back to me. We all know that. Okay, then we have the Six of Wands that came up. Now, the Six of Wands is... it's kind of showing me that, you know, you're taking charge of your life again, okay? Things have happened, and you're healing from it, and you know what? it's time for me to take control of my life again. And you do that, okay? And then we had the hangman that come up after that. Now the hangman is I don't know if you follow like Norse mythology at all or anything like that, to know that Odin hung himself upside down by a tree to gain knowledge, okay? And that is what he did. So the hangman kind of represents somebody who doesn't necessarily find the conventional way to get where they need to be, okay? But you do it and you do it and you do it and you do it. There you go. You find it and you do it, okay? You get the work done. Just be careful, because sometimes you can, like me, derail with, I'm trying to find out the information about this, but I'm going to go and do this now. Okay, that is prone to what can happen. Alrighty, so just remember to stay on track. Alrighty, because you're going to get there. You're going to get there. And then we have the Strength card. Now, this card, again, is kind of all coming back here with the Seven of Pentacles, where, you know what, you've managed it, you've come back from it, and you've managed on top, okay? Your sword is on the ground, you're, okay. It's done. That's over. I've lived through it, and I can move on now from that. Okay, and you really do. With this friend, this partner that you have, okay, you do manage to come back from it. So yeah, so here we are. Three of Swords, Two of Wands, and then the Five of Cups. They fell out at you. Recap here, okay, just so you know where I'm going with this. Three of Swords, Two of Wands, Five of Cups. They flew themselves out at me to tell me that, you know what, you have this decision that is coming up, and it's not going to be an easy one, okay? It's kind of a decision between, it does sort of... See, I always hate pinpointing myself, but, it does represent three people, all right? I'm going to commit to it. It represents three people. And you're going to have to make that choice. Okay, you're going to have to make a choice, because the decision's only going to involve two of you right now. Alrighty, something is happening, something is coming. You're going to get news from something, okay, that is going to, it's going to be one of sorrow, okay? There's going to be some bad news coming, and it's going to give you no choice but to live your life a sort of a different way, okay? Not sort of, it's going to make you have no choice but live your life a different way. Alrighty, I'm going to start committing to these things here, because that is how I feel, and that is how I feel, and that's what you listen to this for, right? Yeah. Okay, so then we've got the Tower and the Death card. Now, because they came out back to back, is what's giving me that this is going to be a decision of sorrow. Okay, it's going to be an unhappy situation. It's not going to be something that you've seen coming. It's going to be a sudden situation. But then again, it's kind of be not surprising. Okay, so where I'm getting with how it's kind of a health scare or a health crisis in regards to your family, is where it's because of this COVID-19 is where I'm getting. Now, again, that is more just from knowledge than from intuition. So, but not the feeling of the Tower and the Death card, of the feeling of sorrow, of unhappiness, okay? All right, because where I'm going with that is because I don't see it as a break in a relationship because of the Lovers card, okay? I don't see it a break in a relationship. And then with the Six of Swords coming up after that, with that person being there to help you heal in what happened with this Tower and the Death card, okay? So I don't see it as a break in a relationship, but it is something that is happening, alrighty? There's some bad news coming, and I am so sorry for it. I really am. It's not like any of us can handle bad news. And like, in a lot of it is, as I have a feeling, is because of the whole quarantine thing, and we can't go out and do anything, which is even more so. So depend on that person that you have. Okay, depend on them. Like I said, if it's not your partner in life, then it's your partner in friendship. FaceTime. Do what you need to do to help get you through this. Okay, call a number, right? There's helplines everywhere. Alrighty, but I got a strong feeling that you have somebody that you can depend on to help you get through this. Alrighty, because you will figure it out, and you will come on top for it. Oh, I shouldn't say on top. My gosh, you will rise above it. Okay, you will rise above it. It'll be, you know, unfortunately, not all life is butterflies and rainbows, and things happen, and it's a part of life, and we just learn our lessons from it. We grieve from it, and then we move on to the next phase of our life. Okay, that life and death, it's all part. It's all part of life. Yin yang, up and down, yes and no. You know what? Everything opposite has a negative. So yeah, but. Yeah. So let's see what the butterflies have to say. Let's see if there's something better coming your way. Other than, let's see, this whole thing is just about that bad bit of news that's going to be coming if you haven't already, and you're at that point right now of trying to decide what to do. Okay. If you're going to make the trek, or if you're going to sit at home and stay safe. So, let's see here. Where are we, butterflies? Where are we, butterflies? Da, 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 da. Oh my God, they're taking their time. Oh, okay. Okay. Adult children. This is one where I'm thinking where the strong tower and death card are coming involved. It has to do with somebody, an elderly person in the family that is going to have to step up and start taking, are going to have to take care of some things in the best way that they can in the situation and the circumstances that we're living in right now. Okay, what's going to have to be remembered is that yous are all adults. Okay, yous are all adults, and you need to remember to act like so when things don't go our way, when we're given bad news, or you know, like we need to remember to we're adults, and you need to depend on each other, and the adult children need to remember to take care of those that can't take care of themselves. Alrighty. If you have no choice or no type of situation that you can, well, then that is a completely different circumstance. But if you have the ability to take care of your aging parents, then you know what, you really should. You really should, as best way you can. You know, like as best way you can. I'm not saying every situation is ideal, and sometimes it's just inevitable and unavoidable, as I do well know. One day I'll get into or give a video of everything, brought me to who I am and why I'm this way now. So yeah, but this isn't about me. This is about you. But yeah, adult children. We're all adults. Let's act like one and listen to one another. Okay, and then gracefully aging. Now, again, why? Yeah, the only thing I can say, especially with adult children and that one coming out together, this one here is more of also remember to take care of ourselves, and to you know what, you go around with a frown all the time, you're gonna get wrinkles. We don't want to get wrinkles. So just remember to take care of ourselves, yourselves, in through all of this. Okay, there's you know, we want to be here as long as we can, and live life, and be happy and joyous, and share a smile. Share a smile with everybody. You know, I'm one of the worst to walk and always look down. I never looked up at people as I was walking by them, just in case somebody made eye contact with me. And you know what? That is a hard habit to get out of, but it's one that I am every time I go out, even though it's very few. I try my best to remember to look up and smile at the person that's there. Okay, because yeah, it makes a difference. It really does. Okay, so here we are. We are fogged in. Go slow. Take time. See, I got this for pile 1 as well. So you know what? This is really becoming one with. I'm starting to wonder. We're going to see in the next pile, pile 3, if that one comes out again. If that just has something to do with everything that's happening right now. Where everybody is in such a rush, we want to get out of our house and we want to get going. And you know what? We need to we don't know enough information about everything yet. Okay, there's not, the information that we're getting isn't there. Alrighty, so we need to take our time, make sure we're listening to the right people, and again, like adult children, you know, make sure you listen to each other. Alrighty, baby steps. Baby steps. I've always said that. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Not everything happens overnight. We got to take our time and just take our time. Things always work out better when we take our time. Okay. So next we're going to do the fairies. Woohoo! Here we go. Daughter. The answer to your question involves your daughter. Okay. Where am I going with this one? Now, this might have a lot to do with the Three of Swords here, with that decision that needs to be made. Yeah, you tell me. Just about every reading, there's one card that kind of pops out at me that I'm not quite sure where it fits in. And every now and then, well, no, actually I have to say just about every time, that one card has to do with one or two people that are listening to this pile. And this is just a message just for them. Okay, so, you know, like I said, you know, did I say it in the first video? I know they run on together. I forget what I said in each one sometimes. So like this reading is for the collective, right? It's not for, like like I said, I'm not naive enough to think that every reading everybody who watches every single one, it resonates with them. You know what? The first pile doesn't, then go on to the second one, go on to the third. You know, it makes, sometimes we're confusing people. Just plain and simple. We're confusing people, and I call it as I see it. I call it as a story comes together, as little voices in my head tell me which direction to go, and that's how I go. And a lot of it was a lot of it, I shouldn't say a lot of it, it's all up here. Well, no, it is here too. It's all here. That's where it comes from. So there we go. Talk to your daughter. There you go. So, if this resonated with you, thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up if it resonated with you. I want to know how many this is reaching. Like, how many actually, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and that makes sense. And, you know, I just like to know how many that it's resonating with. So, if this reading resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that I'm reaching somebody. That's all I need. Like, one thumbs up will keep me going. Alrighty. Because yeah, I got a strong feeling that things need to be said to certain people, and I just want to get the word out. So yeah, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. The number of subscribers really does help, especially with this algorithm that YouTube has started. And then also share me around, share the video, share to your friends and family. It's like, especially right now, you never know. We're in quarantine. A lot of people don't know what to do. You know, it's a little bit of fun. And you know, sometimes when it hits and reaches the right person that it's supposed to, it really helps them. Oh, excuse me. There you go. That was pile number 2. You all have yourselves a very good day. Bye now. Hi. Pile number 3. My gosh, this one's going to be a long one. I think a lot of it, like the readings themselves are kind of, you know, they're 20 minutes to a half hour. Whereas it's the intro and the little education on the different herbs that took this thing way into where it is now. My goodness. Well, you know what? It is what it is, and I'm not going to edit it down. I'm not going to cut anything out. You know, I might add a few, you know, little things like I don't know if you've seen, like in the beginning, if you've watched the beginning, a few minutes, I hope you have. It's about 6-minute little intro that I do, just more or less keep you updated on what's coming, what I'm doing, where I'm going, why I'm doing certain things. More info than what I put in here. But anyway, there's me gabbing again. All right, so this is pile number 3. This is the pile of rosemary. Rosemary, I love rosemary. I love the smell of rosemary. Okay, so as I was shuffling, the King of Pentacles popped out at me. Okay, so let's see what the King of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. The World card. Then we go to the Queen of Cups, 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Star. I love the Star in a reading. And then we have the 3 of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. Now, why you're wondering is she said she was going to show us everything. You know what? That just made things really a lot of work. And I really wanted to use my phone because I like the... it's got a better resolution, better image. And it's also because of this ring light that I have that, you know, it makes it so much easier with... It's so much better with the lighting. Okay. So with that being said, now, once the, I'm, you know, have the picture and it's going to be here. No, it's going to be here. That is the picture of the spread. And I know right now that kind of means nothing to you, but you know, you can look at the pictures and know as I go along which card meant what, if that means anything to you. You know, sometimes they like to look at the card themselves and say, well, I don't see that, I see this in it. Well, then that is what you see in it. You're reading the cards that were drawn for you. Okay. I'm reading what I see in them, what is being told to me to tell you. Alrighty. So, with that being said, here's the picture. Let's get into your reading, shall we? Oh my goodness, I didn't notice. Okay, if any of you know how to stop that, I call it the a-hole lipstick. You see that a-hole ring? Look at that. What does that look like? I haven't eaten, I haven't drank anything, and I still get that just from talking. Okay, if any of you know a trick and how to keep that 24-hour stay lipstick, it's a matte stay on, how you get that to stay on, like in there, please let me know. And I'm not going to put lipstick on here. I fixed it with the other 2 piles. There's my rant, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're just going to have to put up with that. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the World. Those were your first 3 cards. Now, the King of Pentacles is coming off as... I'm having a feeling that there was some trouble that you were in, and things are starting to come through from it. Like, things are starting to wind down from it. Okay, why I'm saying that is because we have the King of Pentacles and we have the 5 of Wands and then we have the World card. Okay, so the 5 of Wands is telling me about some kind of competitiveness, like you're competing for something, or you're fighting for something, you're defending something. Okay, and the King of Pentacles is representing your kind of your stance on that right now. You're strong in your stance. You're in your commitment. You're strong in your views. And then the World is after that one, and that one's you know what, everything is coming to you. Alrighty, everything is working out for you. Alrighty, and then we went into the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is showing that, you know what, I've made it. I made it through that. Okay. I've defended myself. I've fought for it, and it's mine now. Okay. And I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to bask in that. I'm going to love that part of me and what I've done. Okay. And then we went into the 9 of Wands. Now the 9 of Wands, you know, you're still going to have to defend yourself. Okay, it's still going to be something that's going to stick with you, and you know, it's always going to be something that's going to be, I don't want to say thrown back at you, but there will be the chances, and you're always going to have that defense. Okay, but in the end, it's going to come to a point where you're going to be that Queen of Wands. You're going to be sit proud in your chair, and you're going to be like if you look at the picture, like she is. Okay. And again, I say she, he, in more in the masculine, feminine sense of the energy, not the person. All right. So remember that, please. because that's what the cards represent. They don't represent they don't represent he or she. It's more of a mask. It's the energy. Alrighty. So the Queen of Wands is that energy of victory. That's the word. Words are hard. Victory. The Queen of Wands, like victory. I'm victorious over what I have done. Okay, I have conquered it. I've defended it, but it is mine. It is all mine. Mine to keep. Alrighty. And then the Star came up. So I have the Star and the World in the same reading. You know what? Things might not have been easy for you. You might not have had to come by your things easy, or what you have and what you have accomplished may not have always been easy for you. But you know what? Things are starting to look up, alrighty? Because you've got, you've got 3 queens in this reading. 3 queens and a king. Wow. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself a bit. Okay, then the Star. The Star. Wish is coming true. Luck is on your side. You know, you've made the right choices. You've defended yourself where you needed to be defended. You know what? You didn't let life kick you down. You stood up and you're not doing this to me, okay? That is what this reading is. That is, okay, then we went to the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is showing me that, you know what, there is a decision of the heart is being made. There's something that is, and it's not something where it's a decision, but it's not a choice. If you know what I'm saying, it's not like you have to choose. It's just this is what I'm doing, and you know what, and it's a decision of the heart. Okay, and then with the Queen of Swords, like you are just taking control of every aspect and every part of your life, and all of it. You're taking control in your heart, you're taking control in your mind, and you are just taking control of the outside of your life as well, in what happens to you and what you let in and what you let happen to you. Okay, you've got things coming your way, and it's because you've put the work involved. Okay, you have struggled and you have fought for it, and it is coming to you. Okay. So yeah, let's see. That was only 9 cards. My gosh. 9 cards. A lot of good stuff in 9 cards. I don't know why I put them so far up, because I end up pushing them down anyway, because I go back and... Alright, so let's see. Let's get 3 more. Let's get 3 more. Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God. Please. Ace of Cups. And then the Four of Swords. You've got some good things coming your way. I'm envious. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. This one is where it comes up into play with this King of Pentacles and then the Ace of Pentacles. This is, I'm getting a strong sense of where this has to do more with your career, your job, your finances, like that sort of thing. And where things are going to be fresh and new. Okay, not necessarily moved, but fresh and new. Okay, you can redecorate for it to be fresh and new. Doesn't necessarily mean a move. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. Your cuppeth runneth over. Okay, things are just because you did not let this kick you down. You kept up everything that was you. You kept it. Okay, you've kept that inside of you, and all of that has come out, and because of that, things they're attracting to you. Okay, positivity attracts positivity. That is just the way things go. Okay, yes, bad stuff will still happen in between there, because we still have lessons that need to be learned, and that is what the bad stuff is. Okay, it's and sometimes, unfortunately, what has to happen to somebody else's life, it's not supposed to affect us, but it does. You know, like it has nothing to do with this reading. I just want to give an example of the passing of a loved one. Okay, their passing, it affects you, but that's not. It's part of your story, but it's not your story. Okay, this is all about your story. Alrighty, that is what this is about. This is about where you've come from and what you have done and where you are going, and why it's going that way is because you know what, you've worked for it. This is who, it's like you've paid your dues for this. Okay? That's, because then we got the Four of Swords. You still have the defense there. Okay, you still have, I'm still protecting what's mine, but you know what? I'm relaxing now. I'm just sitting here. I'm leisure. I'm just, I'm just going to sit back and relax. I'm still going to watch out. I'm still going to watch, and I'm not going to let anybody get me. I'm still going to watch, but I'm going to be a little bit more relaxed in it now. Things are just, wow. Things look really good. Things look really good. Things are looking really up for me right now, and that's awesome. That's going to be your frame of thought, okay? And like I said, this is a reading that I'm envious of. This is a very nice reading. Very nice reading, okay? Like I said, bad happens in all of our lives. Is what we take from it and what we learn from it is what matters, okay? It's not to dwell on it and to, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. No, don't feel poor you. That happened to you for a reason, and sometimes the reason isn't always nice, and sometimes it's not logical, and sometimes we don't understand what were you trying to teach me by having that happen to me, okay? But you know what? In the end, it still makes you who you are. Okay, that's where I'm going at with this. So yeah, things are really coming into your life, like I said, like with this Ace of Pentacles here, you're gonna be like a bear coming out of hibernation. Big yawn, fresh breath from eat that parsley. Okay, but yeah, no, things are looking up for you, like the star and the world. Like it's going to be a whole fresher, new outlook on life that you are going to have for yourself. Things are looking really good. Things are looking really good. Eventually, like I said, with this Four of Swords that happened at the end here, you are going to be able to stop coming to the defense right away. Okay? You're going to just like, okay, well, it happened. I'm sorry. It's not going to be, well, it's because of this, and they did that, and eventually that is going to stop, okay? And it's not a bad thing that we do it. I do it all the time. You ask my husband, I am so to jump on the defense. It's one of those things that whenever life has kicked you so many times, and it's so much easier to believe the bad than it is to believe the good. See, what everybody needs to focus on now is screw you with the bad. I'm focusing on the good. Alrighty, that is what this is. Okay, you're not choosing to focus on the bad stuff that has happened. You are focusing on the good in your life, and yeah, we're going to get defensive, and the walls are going to come up, and we're going to spit nails at you sometimes, but it's not necessarily meant to hurt. All right, it's our defense mechanism. It's I shouldn't say it's not meant to hurt. Sometimes it's meant to hurt you instead of me. Okay, I want to hurt you before you hurt me. That is what it is sometimes, and you know what? You're working on stopping that. Like things like that defense mechanism is going. Those walls are going to come down. Okay, those walls are going to come down, and you'll be able to sit and relax. Grief work. Well, that you know what? That's something that usually gives somebody a really good outlook on life. Unfortunately, but it's a lot of it has to do too with those helping others helps yourself. Okay, I'm feeling that there's another one from the butterflies. I'm just because that one fell out at me, and you know what? Sometimes, yeah, when they fall out, they're meant to be said to somebody. Okay, they're meant to be said for somebody, and these readings are done for the collective. Okay, so like I've mentioned in the readings before, I'm not naive enough to think that this reading affects everybody who watches it. That is not the case. If it, I've said it. If this one did not resonate with you, then you move on to one of the other ones. It's. You never know, especially when it comes to something like as common as herbs. Like, come on, we all must have those 3 herbs in our kitchen. All right, in some form or another, whether fresh, dried, crumbled, or whatever. Oh, there we go. Heavenly signs. Okay. See, this is where, okay, now it depends on who you are and your belief system. Alrighty. I was baptized Catholic. I have gone away from the Catholic religion. I am not Catholic. I do not believe in the Catholic religion. But, so this is going to be it kind of, I believe in the card because I believe in the message. Like, I'm not going to say that, you know, if you are Catholic, it's a bad thing. It's just not my choice. Okay. It's not who I am. And, you know, great for you that you are where you are and I am where I am, and we will find what we have in common, and that's where things will be great. Okay. Heavenly signs. This comes back to what I was saying in regards to you have done your work, you have been kicked on, but you still managed to keep the positive outlook. You still managed to not let anybody know what you've gone through. Alrighty, you've done a lot of this inner struggle inside. That's what this is. This is the inner struggle that you have had with life, that in general, of your life in general. Alrighty, and what's happening here is you know what? It's not going unnoticed. It is what's happening. The universe, whether it be heaven, if that is your belief, whether it be the universe, whether it be karma, whether it is whatever your belief system is. It's one of those things that good begets good. Did I say that right? Like positivity attracts positivity, and because you have not let life kick you down, things are happening for you. Alrighty, like I said, they don't always seem that way. You just keep your eyes open. Keep them open. You'll see them. They're there. Things are happening for you for a reason, and your good times are coming. Alrighty. Alright, so let's see. What does the Sacred Traveler have to tell us? What does the Sacred Traveler have to tell us? Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I think they're getting tired, my cards, because they're taking a little longer. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. There you go. Like, it's almost one of those, I don't like to get cocky, but it's almost one of those, like, this card should just tell her, like, you have this outer shell, but what's inside is even better. Okay? That's kind of what I'm getting from this card. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. You are one of those people that are both. You are both inside and out a good person. Okay? And yeah, like I said, bad things do come, unfortunately, but you know what? This isn't about those bad things. This is about how you're overcoming them. Alrighty? That, you know what? You're going to notice it. Things are going to change for you. Woohoo! Okay, no, that is way too many. That was just a slip of my hand. Like, that was like 7 cards there. So, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, all right. Fairies, what do they have to tell me? Oh, there we go. New home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. Now, let me just clarify again. This doesn't mean, oh my God, I'm up and moving my house. No, this means a lot. Your home is your skin. Okay, new home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. Okay, you're moving, whether it be, because I just got a strong feeling, because this whole reading was a lot about who you are inside. New home is representing, don't worry about the beginning of this part, you know, that defense that you're always doing. Things are changing for you. Okay, things are changing for you. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. Okay, things are moving for you. You gotta make the first step. And I guess it all depends on what step that is that you're going to take, which will let you know where you go from there. Alrighty. So, yeah, there we go. There is your reading for pile number 3. That was a good one. It was a good one. I like this one. This was sorry, my ear. I started. I've been at this for a little bit now. I guess about a year now, maybe. Stretching. I'm stretching my ears. Why? Because I want to. That's simple. So yeah. So no, very good reading. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. And I really hope I get to meet you someday. I really do, because you seem like a very, very nice person, very genuine, inside and out. You're you know, you're not one to back down from helping somebody, and Unfortunately, it's unfortunate that you have had to go through what you've gone through to make you so defensive. But you know what? You're on the road to getting through that. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd like to know how many I'm reaching. It doesn't take long. It's just a matter of a little click. Gives it a thumbs up. It doesn't affect you in any way. It just really does help me out a lot. Especially with help keeping me going. A lot of it is keeping me going to know that okay, people are listening and they're resonating with this, and it's helping them. That's what I'm looking for. I just want to make sure that you're getting from it what I'm really hoping. Like I'm really trying to, So so give it a thumbs up if you resonated with this reading. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and share the video out. Share it out with friends and family. If it didn't resonate with you, maybe there's somebody else that it will, that needs a little bit of help. All right, just needs a little bit of that pick me up, especially for the ones that resonate with pile number 3. Okay, this is a nice one. This one should make anybody happy. So there, you all have yourselves a very, very good day, and I will see you all next week.